Hello everyone. It is getting cold. It's snowing probably for the first time today. It's about -4, gonna be overnight. So we're gonna make a comfort meal. This is something I've never made before, but the ingredients are cheap. I hope it turns out well. It's not quite a one pot meal. We're gonna make it as close to a one pot meal as we can, just for dishes and cleanup. But let's get rolling. Bam, 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 bam. All right, so this is going to be our version of beef stroganoff. We're going to call it stroganoff. What we're going to need is we bought some ground beef on sale for $2.50. We've got our favorite, the diced veggie mix. These are really, really cheap. I think it's like $2.50 for the bag. We use very little of it. Even if you don't have a freezer, they're so cheap and you get so many different types of vegetables and it saves work. This is really good. I know stroganoff typically uses egg noodles. Egg noodles are $3 for a bag. This is 97 cents. This is as close as we're going to get. We will take this. And then canned mushrooms. These are pre-sliced. It's nice and easy. You can obviously use fresh if you want, but this is a little less work. And these were, I think, $1. So let's get going. We're going to boil our water, do our pasta first, and then we're going to cook everything else in the same pot. So technically it is a one-pot meal. So we are just getting our water boiling right now. I've got our Mr. Buddy going because it's quite cold, but we're gonna get some nice residual heat. So this is a double whammy. We're getting food and warmth. What we're gonna do first is we are going to drain our mushy boys. Hi. We're getting our water boiling, so we're getting that started. We've got our mushrooms, pop top, gotta love it. No can opener required, but I'm still struggling for some reason. Drain those. Beep, 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 beep. That's gonna add some nice umami flavor. We use our frozen veggies. We don't mind if they thaw, so we're getting them out while we're going. Plus, we know how much we're gonna use. We're gonna put those in a bowl, let them get to know each other. It's like a party. Just talk, make friends amongst yourselves. All right, our water is just about on a rolling boil. We're gonna take our rotini. And we're gonna use about half the box. I usually leave, just below the water and cook that however you like. We're gonna do al dente, about 7 or 8 minutes, and we will see it in a snap. And just like that, our pasta is pretty much cooked. We're trying this new POV style. I basically attached my tripod to my shirt, so I apologize if this gets anyone a little wonky. We're going to transfer and drain. Hi, Winston. He's always watching. And now this thing is falling off, so we're going to try this one-handed while we hold this and get a nice steam bath. Put that back in the heat. We're saving a good amount of the pasta water for later, but we're just going to heat this up and we will add some margarine. I can't believe it's not butter. Now that we don't need two hands, we're gonna, I'm sorry if anyone has vertigo or motion sickness, this probably isn't helping, but we're gonna get a little bit of food lube, as I call it, and go from there. All right, had to turn the exhaust fan on. It's getting a little steamy in here. So yeah, we are moving things around. Pretty much high heat. And once it's heated up a bit, we're gonna put our mushrooms and our veggies all together in one, and just let this cook up a little bit, and we'll see you in a moment. So while it's cooking up, we add a little bit of seasoning. With limited space, you're limited to what you use for seasonings. I love good old garlic powder, seasoning, salt, paprika. That covers most of our bases. You can have as big of a seasoning cupboard as you want, but this, as well as a couple others, do pretty well. Okay, so we're basically just trying to get most of the moisture out. We're not gonna cook the crap out of these, but you can kind of see what we're going for. And we're gonna transfer these so I can get this to work with my little janky rig. Let's get it in there. All right, a little bit more cooked in there than we want, but get some more margarine just for a little bit of fat. There's going to be fat in the beef, but this is not a weight loss diet or a meal by any means. Plop that in there, Doesn't have to be sexy. That's just going to chill. And we are going to cook our beef up until it's nice and brown. All right, so there we go. We've browned our beef. It's nice. There is some fat in here. Fat is flavor. It's winter. Having an extra bit of our winter coat is not going to help hurt us. But if you want, you can drain the fat into your mushroom tin and dispose of it once it cools down. But we are going to keep it for flavor. We're going to pop our little bit of veggies in. And then we're going to add our pasta. I'm going to turn the heat down off, actually. And we're going to just incorporate this real quick. And before we add our sour cream, we're going to let it cool down a bit because I don't know if sour cream can burn or curdle, but we want to give it a chance to not do that. So we'll fast forward in a sec when I have this all mixed. And when sitting in the background finalizing everything, get as good light as we can. So we've saved a good amount of our pasta water. We're going to be using that right now. I don't know how much sour cream we're going to use, but remember, you can always add, you can never take away. So we're going to do a little bit of sour cream. Bop, 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 bop. And then a little bit of this stuff. And we're going to alternate and go until we have consistency we are happy with and a color we are happy with. So let's keep doing that, and we'll see you soon. So we've turned our heat back to low and just alternating back and forth between pasta water and sour cream. I don't think I've ever had proper beef stroganoff, so this we'll have to do. I'm seeing a little bit of moisture in the bottom, so that's probably it for the pasta water. We'll get rid of that. A little bit of fresh ground black pepper, and this is probably gonna go everywhere, but it doesn't matter because we're gonna, oh yeah, there we go. So just keep mixing this, just heating it through. Most of the stuff has been cooked very recently, so it shouldn't matter too much, but we are gonna get going and we are gonna have some fun. There it is. In this lighting, it does not look crazy awesome, but it smells great, and I know this is going to taste great too. So let's serve some up. This is a good sized portion, especially for what we paid for it. And because we're not animals, we're going to garnish it with a little bit more sour cream, because why not? There we go. Ideally, we have some green onion, that's what it's called, on this. All right, here we go. I was setting up my phone for this shot and it dropped and knocked this over, but I'm sure it still tastes the same. A little bit damaged. Aren't we all? Aren't we all a little damaged? Beefy, homey, hot, comforting. This will thicken up as you let it sit out a little bit. But happy days for what it costs. Next to nothing. We got lunch for a few days. It's a nice warm meal on a cold day. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. If you have any suggestions or things you want to cook, more one-pot meals, you name it, let me know in the comments. Thanks.